Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to January. Good to see everyone coming in. Wow, big crowd today. Very glad to have everyone joining us. Welcome to the latest edition of gPanel Basics. My name is Brandon. I'm the marketing director at Promevo. Excuse me. And I'm joined by Shelby Gaines, who is on our support team. Good morning, Shelby.
Hey, Brandon.
Just as people are coming in, I just want to say I hope everyone is doing well. As you can probably hear, Shelby and I have both going through various wintry illnesses, little cold and flu. I'm sure many of you out there are going through the same. So I hope everyone is getting back to health, staying warm, getting uncovered from all the snow, and all of the various things that it feels like everyone is going through this January. For those of you that are new, today is really meant to be an introduction to gPanel. gPanel, if you're just like wandering into this or you're just exploring it, is a tool for managing your Google Workspace environment. So all of your users, all of their behavior in there, permissions, the groups, everything from like email signatures, your Google Drive. That's gPanel is there to be like a powerful resource for you to control every aspect of your environment, keep it protected, keep it efficient, and then advanced functions like automation and being able to automatically onboard or decommission dozens and hundreds of users at a time. And then of course with our gPanel enterprise tier, you can connect it to your entire ecosystem. So today is not meant to necessarily be a super deep dive on all the things gPanel. Today is really meant to be an introduction. We want to bring you in and show you what the most important things you need to know about gPanel are. Think of it as like your gateway into all things gPanel. If you can master these 4 or 5 basics, then everything else will be easier for you. That being said, if you go onto our website, go to promevo.com, and the gPanel section, we have a ton of in-depth tutorials and webinars that we've done over the last few months that will cover all of those things that I just mentioned: the user management, delegation, the rules engine, automation, all of those things. We talk in depth about those, and we're going to continue talking in depth about those. So look for here in a few weeks, look for an announcement about a deep dive that Shelby is going to do on email management in Gmail. So we're continuing to produce the content that's hopefully going to help you become a master of gPanel. And as always, you can always reach out to the support team and our customer engineering team and have a one-on-one session with Shelby yourself. And she will walk you through all the things. So for those of you that are here, I know we're live on LinkedIn, we're live on YouTube, we're live on promevo.com. All of those channels should have a little sidebar over on the right for comments. That's where we'd love to hear from you. We would love for you to pose any questions that you have, anything that you're curious about or that you'd like to see shown off here. We have half an hour, so let's make the most of it. I'll be in the comments interacting with you. If it feels really pertinent, I'll jump in and we'll address it in real time. Otherwise, we'll take a few minutes at the end to go through everything. But with that, that's enough for me. I'm going to hand it over to Shelby, who is going to drive you through gPanel.
Thank you, Brandon. Hey, everyone. I'm Shelby Gaines. I'm one of the system support engineers here with Promevo. I have probably worked with a few of you guys on a ticket or on a video call, but it's really nice to be here. And like Brandon said, I will be hosting this month's gPanel webinar over gPanel Basics. This webinar will walk new gPanel administrators through some of the most helpful features of the platform. The goal is to provide you with the insight and confidence you need to effectively use gPanel. The topics today are going to be user management, calendar resources, drive functionality, and the reporting tool. Some key takeaways that I hope that everyone can walk away with are going to be understanding some of the core functions of gPanel, gaining confidence in navigating the gPanel interface, and learning how to leverage gPanel's features to streamline administrative tasks. As Brandon said, gPanel is a tool that duplicates a lot of the functionality in the admin console. It also provides additional features that aren't found within the admin console. Simply put, gPanel is a tool to manage users and adjust their permissions. So let's go ahead and get started. gPanel's user management page serves as the default landing page for admins, providing a comprehensive user directory that mirrors the Google Admin Console, eliminating the need for user imports. New users can be added directly within gPanel through a straightforward process. gPanel provides granular control over user permissions with user profile settings organized by service for efficient management. Notably, gPanel offers unique Gmail management capabilities that enhance user control and oversight. Account delegation is a feature that allows an admin to grant specific privileges to other users' inboxes. Within Gmail, end users are able to delegate their own accounts. In situations where you need individuals to act on behalf of each other or maybe a compliance situation, admin are able to delegate users in gPanel. A new feature to the account delegation is the expiration date feature. This allows admin to delegate accounts and set expiration dates, eliminating the need for manual account updates. This feature was developed in response to client requests and reflects our commitment to ensuring that gPanel integrates seamlessly into your daily workflow. Vacation responder and forwarding are also unique to gPanel. While these functions are available to the end user in Gmail, there is not a way for administrators to access these permissions within the admin console. In gPanel, administrators do have the ability to manage these settings. A vacation responder, also known as an automatic reply or out of office message, is a useful tool to inform senders that you are unavailable and provides information about when you will be back. This can help to manage expectations and prevent urgent matters from falling through the cracks. For businesses who have clients that anticipate ongoing communication, this gPanel feature might be a valuable tool for your business. And the same can be said about forwarding. Enabling email forwarding ensures productivity and creates a backup of important emails by forwarding them to another address. Signature templates are another unique feature within gPanel. Signature templates can streamline your workflow and enhance your professional images. Signature templates help with branding and help to maintain a consistent look and feel for your emails with a standardized signature block. Signature templates offer quick access to contact information like name, title, company, phone number, email address, and website links for easy reference. Adding information and your social media profile links to your signature template profiles help to expand your online presence. And a well crafted signature also adds a touch of professionalism to your emails. There is a lot that we could go over with signature templates. Out of respect at the time, I'm not going to. But if you ever want to see an in depth of this or you have questions specific to signature templates, please don't hesitate to reach out and we can always set up some time to go over those. Our next topic is going to be calendar resources. gPanel offers comprehensive calendar management capabilities exceeding the limitations of Google's admin console. One key feature is the ability to transfer calendars, and that's going to be found right here. This is particularly beneficial during employee offboarding, ensuring that future events are not missed. For example, if an employee leaves on a Friday but their calendar is booked for the entire month, a full calendar transfer can be done to maintain continuity. When accessing a user's profile in gPanel, all associated calendars, including secondary calendars, are visible. Admins are going to have the ability to edit, share, and manage user access with roles that mirror those in the native calendar app. Calendar events are also visible and manageable within gPanel. So let's take a closer look. As I stated, admin are going to have the ability to edit calendars. So if they need to come in and update maybe the calendar name, perhaps the location and the time zone, they're able to do that. Admin are going to be able to adjust the sharing permissions. Not only can you share the calendar with groups and users, but you're also going to have the ability to change the visibility from a top level. So maybe you need to lock the calendar down to maybe just certain people, only certain people in like in a group. Maybe anyone on the internet can have access. Admin are going to be able to adjust these roles and the permissions. And again, these permissions are going to mirror those within the native calendar app. And again, if you needed to add maybe an HR group, different users, you can do that here as well. Admin are going to be able to actually see the actual calendar and make events. So if you needed to create an event for a user, they're able to do that. Admin can come into the calendar events, and if they needed to edit those, maybe they needed to add a few more people, maybe change the date, maybe update the title. They're going to be able to do that. If they needed to share out this invite or maybe open in Google Calendar, you can do that. One use case for this I find is really be helpful in a situation if you have perhaps a new user that's onboarding into your company. And you know, sometimes when we first join a company, we have a lot of meetings with HR. If you have HR added to a calendar, they are able to come in and set up the meetings as they need, and that kind of helps HR be more involved. And they just have access to the calendar. It makes it a lot easier for everyone on all ends. And you will also be able to see all of the recurring events that users have too as well. All that is available. You can delete a calendar. And also something I also like to point out is the history. This is going to be really helpful for those companies that have a strict compliance requirement or they do a lot of auditing. Maybe if you come across the case that an event was accidentally deleted or changed and you need to track down who did that, this calendar history is really great because it's going to basically give you a list of what action was done and by what user and what time. So again, this is going to be really helpful in tracking down information. And again, if you have an audit heavy, if you have to rely a lot upon compliance. Resource calendars and resource templates, although not covered in detail here, you will be able to manage those similarly to how you can manage calendars. The calendar transfer logs are great for organizations with compliance requirements. These are going to provide a valuable audit trail documenting all calendar transfer activities. So in summary, gPanel empowers administrators with enhanced control over user calendars, streamlining processes like employee offboarding, ensuring continuity of events, and maintaining compliance through detailed audit trails. gPanel offers a comprehensive solution for managing calendars within an organization.
Hey, Shelby.
Yes, Brandon.
I'm sorry to interrupt,
No
but we
worries.
did have a question come
Mhm.
in that's pertinent to calendars. And the question is, can I transfer an event to another user?
Yes, you can move calendar events to different user. And so to do that, you would go into the calendar and you would click on the actual event and you would move it to the user that you selected. But you are able to do that within the edit calendar section. So you can find that right here.
Thank you. And as a reminder to everyone viewing, feel free to drop in your questions. We will either address them in real time or at the end of Shelby's presentation. All right. Sorry to interrupt. Thank you.
No worries, no worries. Okay. So the next tool that we are going to be covering is going to be the Drive Management. gPanel offers a robust drive management tools, including the ability to transfer drives between users. If you are familiar with this action, you know that in the admin console, if you transfer a drive, you cannot go back and reverse that action. It's one and done. gPanel, we offer the drive sweep tool, which basically will go through and it will restore edit access to the original owner. So again, this is going to be really helpful in a situation where a drive was accidentally transferred and you need that prior owner to have access to those documents and folders. You can use the drive sweep tool for that. Unlike the limited My Drive management in the Google Admin Console, gPanel provides comprehensive access to all users, folders, and files. Administrators will have the ability to create folders. Administrators will have the ability to view documents. Again, this is something that you cannot do in the Google Admin Console. Administrators will have the ability to adjust sharing permissions and control document visibility. So for instance, this particular document, I only have certain people that are going to have access to this document. But if I needed to change that, I can come into that document and I can change the visibility. Maybe I want to share it with people who just have the link. I can also change that and I can adjust the role. Again, the roles are going to be native to those found within the native Drive app. I can also add users and groups and set expiration dates. Setting expiration dates for access is really helpful if you only need your users to have access to documents or folders for a set period of time. You can set it and forget it. So in situations, maybe there is an agreement, like a contract, and you only need certain people to have access to that, and maybe you want them to have viewer permissions. Admins are going to be able to come into a user's My Drive and give them themselves access, and also set those permissions as well as those expiration dates. Next is going to be our Drive Search tool. Now, there is a Drive Search tool that is available within the native Drive. However, that is only exclusive to the user's Drive. With our Drive Search tool, this is going to allow administrators to locate any document within the domain using various search parameters. And once found, they can manage the document similar to My Drive. So, for instance, if you had a document perhaps that you're looking for, you know who created the document, and maybe you don't know the exact title, but you know that actor was in the title. By using those parameters, oh, let me add that there. You definitely need a source, and your source can be a user, group, OU, or domain. But gPanel is going to go through and it's going to basically pull up all the documents that have actor. And of course, this is real life, so it's not showing. But in real time, it should pull up that document. Let's go back into that really quickly. Uh-oh. Let's search. Not Steve Roberts selected, and let's see if we're able to. In theory, what it would do is it would pull up all of the documents that have actor involved, and again, you would be able to manage that document. So you'd be able to view that document if you needed to. If you needed to update the name, you could do that. You could also share it. So we are going to, and let me just come back in because this is the, okay, let's go back to share drives. Ownership transfer logs are going to give you a log of basically all of the logs that have been transferred. This is going to be really helpful with companies that have strict compliance requirements. That drive sweep tool, again, that is where you're going to use in the event that if you accidentally transfer a drive and that previous owner needs access, you're going to be able to do that. And then share drives. As an administrator overseeing share drives within your domain, you're going to possess extensive control. This includes the ability to share drives, manage members, and adjust their roles, which mirror those found in the native Drive app. If you encounter a drive where you lack access, a convenient access request pop-up will appear, enabling you to grant yourself access and have those necessary permissions. When viewing folders within the platform, a shortcut is automatically created, placing you directly within the actual drive. This allows for immediate access to the desired folder or document, streamlining your workflow. It is crucial to remember that the permissions hierarchy within the platform functions identically to Google Drive, meaning permissions are inherited. Therefore, exercise caution when granting permissions to yourself and others, as those changes can have cascading effects. So, like I said earlier, the administrators will have access to all of the drives. If they needed to come in here and manage members and change the permissions, they were able to do that. Again, these roles are going to be the same roles that are going to be found native to those in the Gmail Drive app. One thing I do like about the shared drives and I like to highlight is that all of the shared drive permissions are like right here. If you're familiar with trying to change or enable some of the shared drive permissions with the admin console, you kind of have to have a deep dive. And all of these permissions are right here, so you can edit those as you see fit. You can rename and delete. And again, you have access to all of those folders. So let's just say I know that I'm looking for something in project 3. Maybe it's in this folder. If I need to verify, again, if I need to view to make sure that this is the right document that I'm looking for, I'm going to have that ability to do that. Again, this is something that you cannot do within the admin console. There may be some cases where you see this access request, and this is basically letting you know that you don't have the permission needed to do that action. In this case, I'm looking to update the name. I'm going to change the name from 2021 to 2025. If you come across these access requests, all you would need to do is grant yourself that permission, and then you'll be able to take that action. There's going to be some cases where you might need content manager and manager to do some permissions. So just remember that these permissions are identical to the ones in the Drive app. And again, we can manage it the same way as you can with the documents in my drives. If I needed to change the visibility from the top level, I'm able to do that. And I can add and remove users that I need to see fit. In this case, I don't have Content Manager added. That's why this is grayed out. But if I had added myself to this shared drive as Content Manager, I would be able to change the users and groups and adjust their roles as they see fit. Our last section is going to be our reporting tool. gPanel's reporting tool is a powerful feature that provides administrators with a comprehensive and granular view of their organization's Google Workspace environment. While the Google Admin Console offers basic reporting capabilities, gPanel goes far beyond, offering over 77 customizable reports that deliver specific details about users, groups, organizational units, and domains. Some key advantages of gPanel's reporting tool are going to be granular insights. You're going to be able to gain deeper insights into users' activity, their data usage, security, and compliance. You're going to be able to tailor your reports to your specific needs and preferences. Scheduling and automation is going to be really nice. It's going to help you schedule reports for recurring tasks, and you can automate report delivery, share reports with specific users or teams, and also access reports that aren't available in the Google Admin Console, such as externally owned docs and detailed user profile and drive reports. So let's take a look. These reports are categorized by service. Each report will have different sets of data depending on which report you choose. Here is just a quick look at all of our reports. There are quite a few. And keep in mind that depending on your tier of gPanel will affect which reports you have access to. So for instance, if you're on gPanel Starter, you will only have access to 12 reports, while gPower Enterprise and Standard, you will have access to all of these reports. So let's just pick a report. gPanel's reporting tool is going to allow allow managers and administrators to schedule reports for recurring tasks, such as weekly or monthly reviews. And this is going to be really helpful in those cases where you know every Monday I have to have a certain metric to maybe the finance department. That is going to be really easy to come in and set up within gPanel. If you're familiar with setting up schedules within the Google Admin Console, you know that once you set up a report and it's ran, you have to set it up again. Within gPanel, you set that schedule and you're one and done. Depending on which report you pick is going to depend on your columns. For this specific report, there are 27 columns. I don't have to have all of these columns. I can pick and choose which ones I want. But again, the columns is going to depend on which report that you pick. You can also configure reports to be emailed automatically to specific users or groups. You can also export reports in various formats such as PDF or CSV for further analysis or archiving. gPanel's reports are created in real time, providing you with the most up-to-date information. Additionally, many reports offer customization options, allowing you to filter data, select specific metrics, and tailor the report to your specific needs. One last thing I would like to highlight is going to be our Gmail deletion tool. You would use this tool in a situation where you are looking to remove certain emails from your user's inbox. Again, this is a really in-depth tool, and we're going to spend more time on this in a upcoming webinar. I do want to go back and see if the drive. Let's just try in real time to see if the drive search is really, because this is a really cool tool. Okay, and I'm just going to put in actor as one of my parameters. And now it works. But as I mentioned earlier, any document that was titled actor is going to pop up. And I'm going to be able to manage this document similarly to how you manage those documents in my drive. If I needed to view the document just to make sure this was the right document that I was looking for, I had that option. Again, something you can't do within the admin console. If I needed to rename it or maybe perhaps change it from restricted to maybe anyone in the anyone in my environment can find it and add different users and change the permissions. I can do that as well from the drive search tool. So I'm glad that worked. So this is going to conclude my time today. I appreciate you guys joining us today. And again, like I stated earlier, if you have any questions or you would like a more in-depth look and would like some time to go over any of these tools or other tools in gPanel, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here. And Brandon, I'll send it back to you.
That was awesome. Thank you, Shelby, as always. Great demo. And just as a reminder, like this is like a fraction of what gPanel can do. I posted in the comments a link to our office hours series. There are hours and hours and hours of tutorials and walkthroughs. So go back through all of those. As Shelby mentioned, here in a few weeks, look for an announcement. We are going to do a deep dive on Gmail management. Tons of good stuff in there. And a specific topic that a lot of you have asked questions about. Speaking of questions, we did have one that I wanted to circle back on. I know we're right at time, so we'll talk about this one and then we'll probably wrap it. But before Shelby talks about it, just as a reminder, within gPanel, there's that little chat icon down in the lower right corner. That's like a direct link to Shelby and her team. And if they're not available, they do get to every comment, every question that comes through there. So our support team is all over it. We are determined to make you all great users of gPanel. Okay, so with that, back into the calendar world.
Okay.
The question is, can we move an entire calendar? Can we move a person's entire calendar, transfer it maybe from one user to another?
Transfer a calendar?
Yeah,
or just the events?
or well, I guess there's two different ways of looking at it here, right? So there is transferring calendar ownership, which obviously, can you recircle real fast on how you got to that particular window?
Yes. So the calendar transfer option is going to be right here at the top. And let's say if I wanted to transfer it from one of my users, Bruce, to Robert, I can transfer it like that. And then there's
Okay,
once that
fantastic.
transfer would run, there's also going to be a calendar transfer log. So that's also going to give you a detailed report of like when it was done and stuff like that too. So that also may be helpful as well.
Perfect. And it looks like that indeed answered the question. So, I mean, I guess to just put a pin on that one, you can transfer ownership, but is there also an option just to transfer like batch transfer events, or is that something that you need to do on kind of a one by one basis?
So when you transfer the calendar, all of those events will go to the user that you're transferring into. You
Okay.
do have the ability to go into the calendars individually and like transfer events one by one as well. But I would say the quickest way or the easiest way will probably just do a full calendar transfer,
The
because
whole thing.
otherwise you'll find yourself coming into the calendar events, having to find the specific event, and then moving it to whoever you need to do.
Awesome. Okay, I apologize to everyone. I know we are a minute or two over, but hopefully you found this really valuable. Once again, reach out anytime. Come if you're not, if you're watching this and you're curious about gPanel, we'll get you into it. We will get you started. Free trial. We'll walk you through as much of it as you want to see. Just go to promevo.com/gpanel. Um, thank you, everyone. Shelby, I hope I think you're probably feeling better than I am as far as illnesses.
I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging
Um,
in there.
yes, and right final question. We do these every month. Thank you. I should have mentioned that we do these every month, usually on the second Tuesday. But again, you'll see all of those either within the gPanel app. We usually have a little pop up that's going to remind you about it. But also, if you go to promevo.com/slash gpanel, we have like a newsletter that you can join there. You'll get it. You'll get these announcements. You'll get the release notes. So keep an eye out. We do these every month, and then we're going to start doing more in-depth ones beginning in February with the deep dive on Gmail and email management. So be sure that you're signed up for our newsletter and our release notes, and then keep an eye out in the app. We'll have, I know sometimes it's aggravating, we'll have a little pop-up that shows up and promotes, whatever our next session is. So with that, a lot of talking, but hopefully everyone found this helpful. Happy January. Welcome to the new year, everyone. Shelby, once again, thank you.
Of course.
And we will see all of you again soon.
Bye.
Bye now.